I'm just going to come right out and say it. Natural infection with COVID works to produce immunity against future severe disease and future infection at a rate that's probably equal to or better than vaccination. There, I said it. Can we just stop denying that actual infection, like almost every other disease that we have vaccines for, getting infected naturally, which, by the way, I hate that word because it feels like organic to me, getting infected in the wild, right, will generate immunity. If it didn't, the vaccine would have a hard time working because the vaccine looks to copy the natural response to the antigen that the disease presents to you. So there's a recent, and this is what we've done. We've politicized the whole thing in the U.S. There's a whole group of public health people that just deny that natural infection matters, right? Paul Offit, virologist, vaccine guru, came on the show and said, yeah, natural infection works, right? Vaccines work. This big study, that's what we need to be saying. The question is, what do you do when you start mandating vaccines and people who've had COVID are then told you also have to get this or you can't work or you can't do this, you can't do that? How do you think they're going to feel in the setting of something that's already been so politically divisive? It's like they went through the COVID mill, they came out, they've had it, and now you're telling them that doesn't count at all. You need 2 doses of an mRNA vaccine, by the way, which is probably going to make you feel like crap for a day or 2 because that's the immune response, especially if you've been infected before. You got to do that now, or A, you're a bad person, B, you're killing grandma, C, did I mention you're a bad person, and D, you can't work. Okay, I hate it. I hate what we're doing. If you want to create distrust, anger, resentment, and then the next pandemic that comes along, no one listens to you, this is the way to do it. It's absolutely the way to do it. So big study out of Israel, preprint, so not been peer reviewed yet, small numbers of sick people. So even though there were big numbers in the trial, it was an observational retrospective trial looking at like vaccinated people versus people who got COVID versus, people who got COVID and got a single shot too. And what they found was, looking back, but again, small numbers, so it's hard, small numbers of people who actually got sick, so it's hard to really jump on this, but it's still quite a treatment effect. The people who got natural infection were multiple times more resistant to getting reinfected and hospitalized than people who got both doses of the vaccine.